for 2 weeks at the end of the year?
Well, from Thanksgiving to Christmas, it's pretty.
Okay.
Why do I hear like a sawing? Sounds like somebody's sawing something. Yep, that's
It's
Chris.
definitely Chris. Definitely
Yeah,
Chris.
what's the echo? That's definitely Mike.
I have no echo.
Oh, okay, good.
There was
Maybe
an
it over
echo.
here. It was. I think it might have been here because of the way the laptop's working. But
Oh, I like how the new setup says on air on the top of the computer.
Live.
I think it said the old one had that too.
No, it didn't. That's a new setup.
Oh, I see. If you have minimized, it says on air.
Oh, like if you minimize the window?
Yeah. So
yeah.
shut the fuck up.
So you know exactly that you're on air?
I mean, it always had a big red-orange button that said live. Now it's like, you have the...
It's all brand new. Vico, head of gang activities. I quit.
You guys have the ability to put subcategories for your stuff as well. I mean, it makes it more fun. I won't dress up, but I'll put subcategories down and make jokes.
How do I do that?
So you're a pussy, is what you're saying. Got it.
I mean, the fact
I
that you
got
jumped right to that shows me how insecure you are about it.
Oh, yeah. Sure. I'm the one that's insecure. I wear a fucking wig.
I mean, you said it right there. There you go. Stony Baloney, New York. See?
No, I don't want to do that one. I got another one. Oh, what's my nickname for Chris?
Pink, was it?
Boot Camp Barbie.
Boot Camp Barbie.
Boot Camp Barbie. There we go. There we go.
Very cute. Very original.
I know Chris is gonna write something right now. Though I know he's thinking of something to put in his title.
I don't care that
It'll
much.
take him a while. Don't worry.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. If I can figure out how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what else? What else is new, guys? What have you guys been up to the past couple of months?
Whew.
Chris, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, been working a lot, traveling a lot. When's the last time we had an episode? What has it been? It's been
A while.
Yeah. Got promoted. Master Guns.
Congrats, Chris. You got promoted to baby back bitch.
Baby back bitch.
Twice.
No, baby back bitch senior.
Yeah. The best of the baby back bitches. Yeah.
Well, just want to say, anybody that's tuned in, welcome back. It's been a while since we've been on. So what has been going on with me? I've been taking a lot of long walks on the beach.
Because somebody asked.
Yeah. Hey, so what's been going on with me?
No.
Well, you asked how you guys been.
I didn't ask.
Been going on?
I didn't ask you.
And
I didn't
Chris
say
went
Mike.
first, and I'm going. Long story short is I've been now it's like winter here, so I haven't been able to play golf as much. But
You've been harnessing your relationship with Jesus.
I actually have, and I got some feedback from people that were not too pleased about Chris's stupid ass reel about how religion is fake and used as a manipulation tool and spirituality. You have no idea how many people said something to me.
Can you imagine being on a first date with that?
I was like, if you watch that episode, I said I completely disagree. But of course, Chris fucking cuts out my response. He just literally puts his. But it's all good. Outside of that, I'm doing good, man. Just living, trying to stay with my head above water. One day at a time. That's really it.
Yeah, the tariffs are affecting you, and like all you importing all that lube and everything.
I should have saw that, but I didn't.
I mean, it's tough.
Somebody's got to take over Diddy's lube.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't know. I mean,
I know. Get out of jail.
I think he's tied into this whole fucking. I'm not even going to say the word so we don't get shadow banned. Let's make up a safe word for it. I think he's tied into this hippopotamus chamber, like all of them. Yeah. So like the whole hippopotamus chamber, I think somehow he's connected because, the chances that there are enough men that are organized to pull off some of these, hippopotamus jams. I think that like the fact that he was pulling them off too, there has to be people find out. You're like, oh, you went to one hippopotamus jam at one house and you go to the other hippopotamus jam. There has to be some sort of communication. So I mean, what if this is just the pinky toe of the hippopotamus on a whole bunch of hippopotamus chambers.
For everybody that is listening, we have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. So,
Of course
Yeah.
I do. You know,
Well,
you're
exactly-
talking about the landmass
hippopotamus,
surrounded by water,
the
owned by
island.
the guy.
right,
By the
right,
hippopotamus
right.
orchestrator.
Yeah,
Puffstein.
we could say
Puffstein.
Puff. We could say Puff Daddy.
Yeah, Puffstein Island.
No, now we're shadow banned. We might as well just stop doing the episode. You just did
Yeah,
that.
thanks a lot.
But only
Chris.
on
Really appreciate
only
that one.
on BooTube. YouTube used to be BooTube.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I'm tossed up with this whole thing. Like there's so much shit that goes on in the world that you have no idea about. There are so many secrets. There's
Like
so
what?
many societies. There's come
like
on,
what?
like
Like
you know,
what
Like
kind
the
of secret?
Illuminati? Like the Illuminati?
I definitely think there's according. I'm gonna play conspiracy theorist, Ricardo. There's aliens. I think there's. Look. I think there's like at a certain point, some people make money, and it's like they make so much money they don't know what to do with their life anymore. And it's like, okay, let me push the boundaries of everything. Let me see what I can get away with. And there's this is the thing about the world. There's so many wealthy people. Like I mean, and people don't realize this. There are some people that have so much wealth, basically on their assets, but also businesses, hidden wealth. You know, they don't know what to do. So it's like, okay, let's try to do something where we push the boundaries of good and bad, morality, foundations, things of that nature.
Why don't you
I think
just
that
stick to buying shit? Just buy more shit. Buy stuff.
You mean like
It's not fun
DiCaprio trying to see
anymore.
how long he can date 19-year-olds?
Well, I mean,
I love him for that.
maybe
She just turned 19. Time to get an 18-year-old.
Bye.
It was great seeing you.
I mean, I just think it has a lot to do with, let's not typecast people, but like, let's say that in the 20th century, the personalities that were most successful accumulating resources had some sort of insatiable appetite that transposed the accumulation of wealth, right? Doesn't mean that just because you have a lot of stuff, you're going to always continue to not have that hole filled. I just believe that in order to get that shit, the past couple hundred years, you needed to be that guy.
Well, I mean, if you go back to Romans the same way. I mean, they basically got so bored they had to kill people to get excitement. So I think this is not a new phenomenon.
Oh yeah.
Once you get a certain amount of power, you just get bored and then start sort of dabbling. But I don't think it's a. I mean, obviously we know power corrupts, but I don't think it's a fundamental principle for everyone. I think it's a generational thing. I mean, I think to me what we see is typically the first generation wealthy. They tend, and this is a generalization, tend to be a little bit more straight edged. They still break rules, but just they don't tend to like go
I don't say break
overboard.
rules. I don't say break rules. They play in the gray area.
Right? Yeah. I mean, a lot of those guys don't get wealthy by playing by the rules, right? But the rule might not have been written yet, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like second order, third order effects, or second, third order generations of wealthy. That's when things usually start to, because they've been rich their entire life, and
They think they're invincible.
that's when things sort of. But yeah.
That's the way you're going to end it on that beautiful statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like that thought out. I agree. For sure, but it's all cyclical, you know, and the thing is that it's all cyclical based on the current system, right? You know, and so like the system has to evolve a little bit, or like we're still going to have these like
System never changing.
I mean, I think it's evolving. Definitely.
Not a different way.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the same game, dude. You know, it's still Game of Thrones all over the place. But there's got to be stuff, you know, to do besides accumulate power through these things. And, you know, I think that's going to change, especially if there's going to be more people on the planet, especially with the introduction of AI. The problem is, you know, with this way of accumulating, or the hustle, or like the domination market, is that it was really good, but it really had, you know, all sorts of different inputs. You know, one of the biggest inputs, of course, was mobilization and organizing resources. That's always been a way to make a lot of money, taking a set of resources, putting them together in a new way that creates a lot more value than it did before, is basically what a corporation does, right? And so, like, when you have, you know, the power of AI and a lot of other tools, these things are going to be sort of automatic. And so there's going to be a little bit of a shift in the pendulum as where the value comes from. And it won't come so much from just hustling or being like a market expert. It's going to come a little bit more from the creative process of problem solving, because you'll be able to deploy much quicker. But you have to be intuitive enough and be able to see patterns and, those types of things in order to solve some of these problems. So I think creativity and stuff is going to be rewarded a little bit more in the value chain coming up. And I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be doing this like soul searching, where like, where they were basically something dependable, like a dependable peg, right? And like the dependable peg is going to be replaced and it's going to displace some people for a while, but it's because I think human beings weren't ever meant to be that way. So they're hopefully going to be a lot more that comes out of it. But, that's kind of...
Do you think, you talked about creativity, do you think society and generations are getting more creative or less creative?
We're getting much more creative. And even the power struggle, we are. So like even the power struggle itself, right, is just an expression of creative energy that's been mischanneled. Right, so like the guy who solves these problems and uses these methods, right, isn't being like malign. He's being creative in problem solving. The question is that he's not bound by specific moral standards that we all agree with, but morality is just one way to play the game. So like the creativity still takes place in physics, it still takes place in the real world, and it still yields, right? But it may not be something that people agree with. So when these guys get power hungry and they're looking for this leveraging, I mean, like, they get creative, they start fucking worshiping owls and shit. You think that stuff, all that stuff is part of this creative drive, but it's just misaligned. That's all. I think people are much more creative.
So are you saying that like because AI is going to do a lot of the basic stuff, that the outside, the edges are going to require more creativity? And then there's going to be a kind of a void where the regular people who used to do menial jobs, quote unquote, those jobs are going to be done by AI, and so they're going to have to find alternatives. They're going to have to find some sort of creative alternative.
I agree. I think that's what it's going to look like at first. But if you think about the way that the internet sort of empowered people, like it didn't really finish. Right. And so what you're going to see isn't the displacement, is what you're going to see. And I think we've talked about this a little bit, is sort of, coming from digital marketing and benefiting a lot from the internet, is what you're going to see is the monetization, right, of a lot of things that we normally considered hobbies and useless. Right. And mostly because we need to entertain each other. Right. And so like now that's going to become the biggest market, is like entertaining each other, and in a positive direction. That's good, because we should be able to connect to each other more. And so like the guy who like was like a plumber, but then like had this loved collecting model trains, right? He's going to lose his, I'm not saying plumbers are going to lose their jobs. I don't think so. But like whatever, data analyst or customer service rep, those people are out like quick. Or if spreadsheet people, those people I think are on their way too. And so like, but it doesn't mean that it's going to happen very quickly. But what's going to mean is that like, okay, well, say that spreadsheet person or that customer service person, was also an art teacher at a local preschool, or was, collecting model trains, or was really interested in like optimizing health and fitness or whatever, the biology, right? And so what's going to happen is that those people are going to have a chance to go and become subject matter experts on those things, and then monetize those journeys along the road.
Or something that we can't think of.
Right.
Yet.
Well,
right.
And I don't think it's going to be everyone, right? Like this is not like a universal basic payment. But that's the only way that the displacement is going to happen. And, I got to tell you that robotics are going to play a big part of this. And I got a chance to witness this. My buddy Jeff Turbo, shout out Turbo. He's got 3 fucking 3D printers at the studio, man. And this guy's printed everything from like a complete replica of the moon landing, Apollo 13 rocket. He created sun shields for the DJ stuff. He's printing like these scorpions that come like in a packet that you put together, assemble, and they're like hold the drumsticks. Like hundreds of them, right? And so when you take AI creativity, like, and what you can have AI agents do in the digital realm, and then the possibility of those types of robotics or printing or that type of manufacturing, right? And being able to source that knowledge freely, right? You could say, I've always wanted to build this or do that. And so those are the types of things that are going to drive people when this economy takes over. But there's going to be a lot of culting. There's going to be a lot of people searching for meaning, and there's going to be a lot of like not clicking, but like culting, like these people that just don't have the ability to find it on their own, right? They're gonna kind of clump together like hemoglobin.
Yeah, I think you made a couple of good points. I disagree in certain areas, and I'll tell you. I think a lot of the jobs that AI is replacing, you're gonna have creative people that are gonna find alternative ways to make a living, and but I also think you're gonna have one of the biggest problems that we're facing now is people that are gonna be more reliant on the government, and I think that inhibits the ability to use your creative nature because you get very comfortable with certain things. Um, I the aspect that people are going to turn around and create a product or create something that they can monetize after being laid off or when new technology happens, that always happens. That's how, like, after vehicles, like cars were created, new jobs were created. That's when the internet was created. There was the servicing. There were other IT positions created. You're always going to have like an ever evolving, lag time for people to create jobs. My problem, the thing that scares me though, is we're in a generation of a lot of lazy people that they have no initiative that basically are relying on AI for everything. Like I'm going to tell you, it's kind of scary for me with ChatGPT because I've used ChatGPT and it's very accurate. Emails that take me longer to write or do, like tasks that take me longer to do, I just pop it into ChatGPT and it spits it out like that. So I don't necessarily think there's going to be as many creative people out there, or society is going to become a little bit more creative. Um, but I do think people are going to survive one way or another.
I'll think, yeah. What do you think, Chris? You think
I think
Game of Thrones?
the well, I mean, I feel like the physical world is going to be more valuable. Like you're going to have to start. There's going to be stuff that you can't get from the internet, like plumbing, electricity, carpentry, the infrastructure stuff. There's a ton of infrastructure stuff that the internet just can't. AI is not going to be able to do. It doesn't matter, at least not for a really, really long time. And so, a lot of these people that are relying heavily on internet type gigs, data science, programming, they're going to have to adapt to a different work stream essentially and start doing things with their hands, like physically.
But nobody wants to do that anymore. That's the scary thing.
It's fine, but so you're gonna have to adapt. Like people are gonna have to start doing things that like require textile stuff. Otherwise, they're gonna be homeless, right? I mean, there's only so many influencers that can be out there. There's only so many people that can make money off of talking like we are. And so there's the niche is gonna be in doing things with your hands that people need, providing a service that AI can't replace, and those kind of industries are obviously dwindling. They're going away. I mean, I think the statistic for construction workers was for every 10 boomers that are retiring, only one person's replacing them.
I think construction. Have you seen some of these robots and robotic machinery that they use in China? Construction is an industry that will get hit hard. The difference is plumbing, I think HVAC, things of that nature that you have to go in homes, servicing, things like that. That market is wide open and you can make a killing. But here in the US, nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to go into those trades. And you know how hard it is to find a good plumber? It's extremely hard, especially around me. Like if you find one, you'll pay over asking just to get them to show up.
It's a cultural thing right now because social media has, sort of painted this picture about what fame or what success looks like. That now the generation, like even millennials, and Gen Zers, sort of look at those jobs as being undesirable because of the way that it's painted to the public.
Mm-hmm.
So until we start going back to say, hey, like, well, I mean, until somebody says, "Hey, plumbing is a sexy job," or like electrician is a sexy job, or whatever. That's the problem right now. Is they don't think it's sexy, and nobody wants to post Instagram posts about how they're a chimney sweep. Like so.
Yeah.
There was an article that came out not long ago, where it talked about Instagram influencers. I gotta find it. I want to send it to you, Ricardo, so you can see it.
Yeah, I mean, like most of these jobs are going to go away. Most of the content you're going to consume. I mean, like I don't think. Shit. What's the best way to say it? Like like I don't think people understand sort of the eclipse that's going to happen with artificial intelligence, specifically with robotics, which is something they're not talking about. And so I mean, we're not talking about like AGI. That's really kind of like this sort of bullshit race to get investment in there. I mean, what we are talking about are like fully capable agents, and so when you think about things in the short run, there's going to be a lot of displacement. And I think some of the choke points that you guys mentioned in the short run are all going to be affected. But ultimately, it may not seem like this because there's a lot of people out there who would consider themselves still fighting for survival, is that as a whole, right, like the middle class and above has shifted from a survival-based value system, right, now into like a purpose or meaning-based one, right, or a lack thereof. Right. And so like now people are doing things, they're making decisions in markets with capital, with other people's funds based on experiences, feelings, and, these like social cues, which is different than survival. And so nobody's getting upset because everybody's eating. Right. Because if people were like, if people weren't drinking and water, they'd be like, I don't care who's on the can of Bud Light. Like, give me some fucking food. Right. And so like we have that. And with that, you're going to see a whole new set of market that's going to come out of what these people, what everybody's going to want or value in society. And so like, some of the things that are on social media, right, I think are going to go for like this biohacking thing, all of these types of like instances that you're going to be able to use AI to completely optimize like everything about your life. And I don't think people understand what that means. I mean, like if you just recorded a day of your life, right, including like, let's just, for instance, I call it the bill thing, right? You tell AI, these are my bills. This is what, record my usage of all these different things I'm doing. This is what I use. I pay my bills with these accounts on these days, blah, blah, blah. Record everything I do for 30 days, right? And it's going to tell you, say, hey, Ricardo, it's been 30 days. And if you wake up 3.5 minutes early, drink 1.5 less ounces of water, get out your door 15 minutes earlier with the lights off, right? And like and if you can extrapolate that into every aspect of your life with instant reports, right? You still have to have the discipline to do it, but the information for you to live at any level, even if you're like, hey, my income is $5,000 a year, I live here and I need to survive. Give me a plan that works. It will, 100%. It'll teach you. It will get you through, right? And so,
yeah, but the problem is it's not going to teach you how to make friends.
It'll give you but it'll tell you a lot about on how to do that, right? So like, I mean,
So there's one element to what you're saying. It will tell you how to do it the same way that the person went onto ChatGPT to ask it, but asking and finding out and actually doing are two different things, or three different things.
So
see, like
right,
you can get a plan.
You can't have the discipline, and like to Chris's thing, it's like I would say that that's kind of like a dead statement because there's a lot of people that really don't have friends. We are like one of the most so we are some of the generations that are not interacting with each other. We're not in communities. Yeah. Look what happened during COVID. Everyone picked up video games and a camera instead of going to their neighbor and seeing what the fuck their neighbor was doing. Okay, so like I wish, Chris, that you were right. Right? I wish it was like you're right. And that's one of the skills that's part of being a human being, part of being a social animal. I believe it's tied into like our souls and spirits, is this connection that we have with each other and like going out and having interactions. And I think ultimately that's going to be the most valuable thing on this planet. Like real, genuine interactions, like being able to meet with a new human being that's not AI or not half robot. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, and have a conversation with something that's literally thinking on its own without influence will become one of the most valuable things on the planet, guaranteed.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about when you took a break. Was like the stuff, the more textile stuff is going to be valuable, like touch, because like you just said basically that AI can organize your life, which is great,
and optimize.
Right? I mean, like. tell you how to cut corners to do, when to leave home to get to work faster and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it doesn't do any of the things that involve your like touching stuff. It's not going to wash your dishes, even though that it could maybe at some point. Like, I mean, it can it can, obviously sweep your floors or whatever, but it's not going to paint your walls. It's not going to, fix your toilet. It's not going to, unclog your drain. It's not going to, wash your hair for you.
What other example are you going to use? You got like 15. We got the point. All right.
No. I mean, like, there's, so like, I think that it's sophomoric to believe because technology is increasing and taking up remedial jobs. And I think it's a little bit
big word,
right? And it's a little bit sad on men that men would even be somewhat worried about them have nothing to do or like what their value would be. I mean, the point is that we're the ones that created those machines. We get to revere in what we're doing and use our time to think about some of the bigger, better things. There's a lot of problems out there, Chris, that are not being solved, right? It'd be great if there was more than just 15 assholes in Washington, D.C. working on them. Like you could, there's so much. And if you don't want to work on anything, don't work on anything, dude. I don't give a fuck. Just don't fucking kill your neighbor. Don't go out and raping and beating people. And so, like, I think that it's a little bit scary to think, okay, well, I hope the plumbers and the dishwashers get replaced, right? So that not because I want those people to lose their jobs, but because I want to free up those people to pursue things that that could be much more greater on a greater scale, and participate in things that they actually care about. And if you love plumbing, dude, and you really like it, then like I think that's what you should do. But it'll give people the opportunity who don't perform well to kind of free up, and it's never going to be like 2049 where you're just going to have robots doing everything in your house. You walk in, there's like a laser that talks to you. Like we're way, way, way far away from that bullshit. Right. But when you think about it on a virtual level, you think about it digitally, like with agents and smart contracts. Right. And like I think probably, next year, depending on how good the Google stuff is, like I will set up agents to pay all my yearly bills, which means that like the agent will get the bill digitally. It will debit my bank account and send the bill and send me an email copy. Like for all my bills, not, like this thing, but I will have an agent doing those things for me. And then I will also have an agent tracking my credit card spending so that it can tell me exactly like how I can, shave off what I need.
But you already have all these things. But you already have
not the way that not unified in the way that an agent's going to be. So like an agent is is more self-directed. I'm not trying to log into fucking 8 different, like every time I got to log into 8 different things just to like, get into a bank or to cross-reference 2 pieces of information. Like that's what AI is going to eliminate. And so like instead of logging into 7 things to see all your social media feed, you're just going to be able to say, hey, Mini Rico, pull up my 7 social media feed right now, and it'll just do it. And what it'll do is all the logging in and bullshit in the background so that you don't have to do it, just like what agents will do. And so the next thing I'll say is like, hey, I'm trying to take a vacation with my buddies. When's the best month to go to New York? When is everything going to be the cheapest? And when am I going to have the most discretionary income? And it'll tell me. It'll be like, this second week of this. And he's like, all you got to do is not eat hot dogs in January. I'm like, cool.
I find you could do all this stuff still without an AI agent.
Then why don't you do any of it?
I do all of it.
No,
I balance my checkbook. I do all this. My thing is I agree with you, but in certain aspects. But one of the things that concerns me is this social collectivism, like sort of mindset. I should just call you fucking Zohan Mandami in fucking New York. Like the fact that it's like, I get what you're saying. You want people to be happy and do these things, but you also have to have purpose in life, and you have to do certain things that you might not enjoy. Like sometimes, like, everything's not rainbows and sunshine. There are things that you have to do in life, and you might not like it. So unfortunately, like, that's part sometimes of a job. That's why they say when it comes to a job, try to do something that you enjoy. Now, sometimes people are very successful and they, do a job that they actually like and they make a lot of money. Other times people give up. They are too afraid to take those chances. And other times people are just not good at that job and they resort to other things. So I I'm a little tossed up. I just really am. I
No,
like
I
the
mean, like,
path that I'm
I don't
going
want to
on.
like paint. I don't want to paint the picture of like, like no discipline. I think basically I think the way that I want to say it is I look at it as the way that it did with music, right? So like music was analog and it was live. People played instruments, right, and it was good.
Hmm.
Then it went digital, right? And the quality of the music like got 1/100th% better, and like it wasn't noticeable. But like look at the accessibility. Everybody in the world can listen to a track right now, dude. And like for
Yeah.
me, coming from when it was just analog and on tapes, like, and I was never a big like like hi-fi guy. Like who cares? Big deal. I was so much happier being able to access more music and being able to share and conversate about music. So you're gonna lose quality, absolutely, in a lot of sectors. But the accessibility and the standard of living is going to rise like a tide, right? And it doesn't mean that all of that other
To
stuff is
some.
going to go away. But some of them, some of the stuff will be there, and it will be more of an opportunity based thing. Where like, dude, like if you want to be a plumber, dude. Like you probably be the rockinest plumber. But what's going to happen is that that those jobs, a lot of them are going to get filled not by robots. Robots aren't going to come in. There's going to be a plumber who does some math, right? And he's really good at plumbing, and he realizes that he could be a much more efficient plumber if he had one or two of these machines working, right? And then he
Hmm.
starts to make some money, and then that yields some stuff, right? And then maybe he's not firing his buddies, that are working there, and he gets them out. And there's a one guy and one machine there, and so it's going to happen naturally as the market says. So the people that are going to get hardly affected, unfortunately, are the ones that are sort of unskilled, right? So like these people that work at factories and stuff like that, who are like, hey man, I'm just a body, like I can kind of do whatever. Those people are
Opposable
those are
thumbs.
they're gone. Those people are within 5 years. I would say like 70% of the people in factories are going to be gone,
Okay, Chris.
and
Let me ask you.
warehouses and distribution centers. And,
Hold on 1 second. So, Chris, tell us about your promotion. Give us a little.
Oh my god.
Give us a little breakdown. You look like you're a little bored and you're dazing off over there.
But no, I was gonna say something, but it's fine.
No, no, no. How was your promotion? Why didn't you
well,
explain
you
to us
let him
the
say what he
promotion?
wants to say.
And then I actually have to ask you a question on something. And but go ahead.
Baseball.
Oh, so no. So before we
Not
get to the
baseball.
promotion thing, I was basically gonna say that I think what Ricardo is trying to say is that he is looking at AI through the lens of a world where AI gives you the opportunity to do whatever creative thing that you want to do, right? And so
It doesn't have to be creative, but
whatever, right? Whatever it is that you are passionate about, whatever it is you love, right?
Pedophilia.
Well, yeah.
Mike's case.
I feel like it's a I don't know, a rose-colored lens way to look at the world. I think to your point too, Mike, though, that I mean we know human nature requires adversity, and without adversity, we just talked about it. People start doing crazy shit, like having parties with too much lube, right? And so I think there's got to be a balance, and I understand it's always difficult because like the one viewpoint is that if you could put bubble wrap around the world, and make everybody safe, people want to go that route, and I
I wouldn't do
understand.
it.
I wouldn't do it either, but I understand why people want to do it, right? I think that unfortunately, sometimes people got to make mistakes and get hurt, and sometimes people got to have tragic consequences to their actions, and sometimes those tragic consequences have nothing to do with you, and they just that's just how the world works, right? And it's a nice idea to think that you could protect everybody, but it's just not a realistic outcome. And I don't know, I think that's kind of the balance between some of the philosophies between, I think, the way that conservatives and liberals look at the world is like, I think on the base level, when you look at the left and the right, like the left seems to be in the range of, we can protect everyone by putting bubble wrap around the world. We want everybody to be safe. And from my point on the other side, I feel like we're living in a realistic world where that's not feasible. But you need both of those sides to
Kind of meet in the middle.
communicate, right? With and like I understand the other side. I don't agree, but I know that too much of my input is going to be like, people will get killed and I don't care, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what I mean? And so it's like, there's got to be a sort of collaboration in the middle.
Yeah.
And so like for Ricardo, he wants everybody to be free and happy, to be creative and do whatever they want to do. And
it's like
I respect
up like the upside model. Like that would be the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Right, and I understand that. I get it. I don't necessarily. I think that's naive, sort of. But I want there to be a happy medium. I want there to be like both sides, right? I feel like we want to have your conversation and your opinion, and it's like other people's, like myself, and meet in the middle somewhere, so that one way or the other. Because like I feel like in Ricardo's sort of model, everybody ends up on universal basic income.
Yeah.
And the government pays for everything. Which is a nice idea, but not realistic, right? I think that's kind of the path that we're going down in that philosophy.
Talking about protecting the world in war. What's your thoughts on the new TV show Marines on Netflix?
I actually haven't seen it yet. I haven't actually seen it yet.
It's pretty good.
You haven't seen it? It was pretty good.
No,
it was pretty good.
Dope.
I kind of got ruined by Boots. Everybody kept saying watch Boots, and
I started watching
I
Boots.
couldn't get through the first episode.
I'm about watching Boots.
There was these undertones to it, and I was just like,
oh my God, yeah. They're like stop in the middle of getting yelled at by a drill instructor and just stare in this guy's eyes.
Yo,
it's like, dude,
all these Hollywood does this all the time. They have subliminal messages. I forgot which fucking show I was watching the other day, and they turned around and in the scene, it was a teacher, or I think it was Netflix or Amazon, I can't remember. A teacher was teaching, and in the background, they have the camera like pointed at the main like actor or actress. I couldn't remember what it was, but in the background, you hear the teacher saying, and that's why there's multiple genders. Like you knew there was a subliminal element to it, but they tried to sneak it into the show. And I hate all this subliminal shit. Like, come on, man, Boots. Let's be real. Let's stop this. Let's stop all this crap. Like Hollywood's like little bullshit. And
that's the thing. I went to boot camp. I know a bunch of gay Marines. Mm-hmm. None of us knew they were gay. None of us knew. Like it's not like they're just normal people. They don't act any differently unless you ask them specific questions. And so like
So Chris, let me ask you a question.
Portray
like an activation code.
Portray Marines as being gay as being different in boot camp than everybody else.
Let me ask you a question. Chris, are you telling us you came out when you were in the showers and there were other guys there and you were staring at them? Is that what you're telling? You were one of those Marines.
That's exactly the point.
I can't stand like watching the show and like how unrealistic some of that is. I'm not a Marine, but I
couldn't tell.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get into a physical contact. Okay. Let's go.
I don't think Jesus would appreciate that.
Jesus is my boy. All right. I love Jesus. All right.
But
my whole thing.
Y'all are not.
No. Don't do it. Don't play these games right now. I was going to say, though, it's like I never experienced, but I watched a lot of documentaries. I watched that actually the Marines Netflix show was very, very good because it's not a TV like, bullshit show. It's not scripted. It's reality. They're going and talking to Marines. They're going through like, what is it called? They're going, what type of game it is? Is it? It's a, I can't fucking
Chutes and Ladders?
Boot camp?
No.
Exercise? War games?
Yeah, war games. It's like an exercise. Okay. It's an exercise. I don't know why. I just had a brain fart. But they're going through an exercise, and what they're doing is basically they show the readiness, and they're talking about, and the discipline and how everything goes on in the Marine. And you see how serious it is. You see how everybody is so disciplined and why you don't do this and how they plan and all this. And then you watch a fucking TV show and it's just like the complete opposite. And I can't fucking watch that stuff. I can't watch it. Honestly, every time I see some shit like that, I put the thumbs down on everything. I forgot what show I was watching the other day. I hit the thumbs down. It was like, I purposely went onto Amazon where you could like leave a review, and I was like, this show sucks.
What show was it?
I'm not saying.
Okay.
I can't believe I watched it.
I can't believe
I can't
you
believe you did either. If I knew what it was.
Nah, I can't. I gotta keep intact my hardcore masculine side.
So
Jesus.
my promotion was good. My little sister came. Ricardo was there.
I was.
My little sister, my little sister made me a little homicidal.
What?
We went out drinking the night before, and then I told her that the ceremony started at whatever time, I can't remember, 8 or something. And of course, the way that all little sisters, even though my little sister's a Marine, like all little sisters do, she woke up late and waited till the last minute, and then was like I was trying to get her to directions to get to where we were, like 5 minutes after the thing was supposed to start. The CO and the sergeant major and the whole squadron is sitting in formation waiting for me to show up to get promoted, and I'm waiting for my corporal sister.
It sounds like there might be a problem there.
I was stressed. I was super stressed.
So now let's go into it a little bit. So you got promoted, and what's your
Let's
new?
dive into it a little bit.
Now, what's your new rank?
He does nothing different. Nothing different, right?
Oh,
What's
Master Gunnery Sergeant.
But like
Master Gunnery Sergeant? Okay, and what's the difference between your rank before and now your new rank? Is it just a title difference, or is there
bigger number?
Exactly.
More
Told you.
chevrons.
No, is there a difference in responsibility or anything like that?
Yeah, so I gotta go to new squadron and so before I was the maintenance chief under a Master Guns, and now I'm the Master Guns.
Oh, dope.
So like my counterpart is a Master Sergeant, which is the rank I just had, and those 2 E9s in the squadron, and I'll be one of them. So,
okay.
And then we're supposed to deploy in 2027, so I'll be the mains chief, and I'll be
cool.
So,
all right,
it'll be interesting.
And now
so
didn't you have
usually
like
around 120 Marines or something?
Go get those,
now,
chips.
Didn't you have the Marines Ball or something like that recently as well?
Yeah.
Did you DJ?
Did you go with Carrie to that, or?
I did. My date ended up got sick.
Now
she's got a cyst.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
Yeah,
that.
she has like a cyst the size of an egg that she's getting scanned tomorrow, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so like Carrie was telling everybody she's my backup date, and I was like, "Do you want to tell everybody that?" I mean, is that like
Yes.
So.
Yes. Was she hitting on any of the other Marines there?
No, I mean maybe, I don't know, not that I saw. So, but yeah,
okay.
Of course everybody was like, "When are you guys getting married? How long have you been dating?" We're like, "No, we're friends."
Like divorced last week.
She's my backup date.
we just divorced.
We just got divorced. This is part of the divorce deal.
Benefits.
Yeah,
but she got the dress, so she had to wear it. You know,
that's awesome.
So
you guys, how was the DJ?
It was a freaking wedding DJ, man, with terrible transitions. I mean,
you didn't go up there and kick him off?
Yeah, you didn't like kick his ass. We're like, yo, dude, I have my nugget with me.
Hold on.
I mean, I did bring my thumb drive.
You got to.
But by the time that happened, I was drunk. Yeah. So
I hope you didn't drive.
I stopped listening to the DJ. Okay. No, I had a hotel.
Oh, nice.
Okay, good. And
yeah,
Ricardo,
I stopped listening to the DJ a long time before that happened.
And Ricardo, how have you been? How's the personal DJing life? How's that going?
Fine.
Personal DJing? Like, do you DJ for one person?
Just for myself. That's it.
Oh, just for yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's going fine. It's going good.
Is it going good?
You don't have anything you want to say, Ricardo?
No, just
don't you have a
feeling blessed? Just feeling blessed.
Don't you have a residency somewhere?
No, I mean, nowhere these people know.
Residency?
No, just a friend's house. Yeah.
Come on, toot your own horn, you son of a bitch.
You sound like a fucking.
Well, okay, guys.
You literally started a podcast to listen to yourself talk. No, and now we're giving you
I started the podcast because
it's
cheaper than therapy for both of you guys. I'm good.
For you, bitch. For you.
Therapies. I have my own therapy. Well, so yeah, I'm very excited. Because, a very specific type of music, otherwise known as elevator music. I get to play the elevator at Kettner Exchange once a month on Fridays. Just the elevator for people riding up from the first to the second floor.
I called it elevator music one time. He's never gonna let me live it down.
I can't
I
wait.
remember. Oh man, there's also. I just have to say this. The funniest shit
I'm gonna
in
buy
my
like a
life.
Porsche with the money and it'll say elevator music on the thing.
The funniest shit I ever heard in my life was when we were like, "Hey, almost athletes, almost golfers," and then we were like, "How about almost DJs?" And McCarr goes, "No,
No.
I'm not an almost DJ. I
No way.
am a real DJ."
No.
And me and Chris
There's
was
no
like,
almost. You're either a DJ or you're not. Yeah.
Because that's what it's about.
yeah.
No almost. No.
So, anyways, why don't you tell us about your gigs? Where have you been
What
playing?
gigs? I played Carrie's house for her bar mitzvah. I've been playing
Is that for
around.
her book signing? Is that for her book signing?
The ghost book she wrote. Yeah, we got good gigs, man. We got a lot of good stuff coming up with Delicious. We just had a pretty big party for Halloween at the Prado with Dusky from Holland. Those guys came over, some tall motherfuckers. We sold it out. It was great. Had a great night. It was really cool. Little heaven and hell theme. Do that annually, and then we have the next big party we have is New Year's Eve here in San Diego. If you're here New Year's Eve, over at the Coast Air restaurant on the water here on the bay. It'll be for New Year's Eve. It is the Midnight Gold Party, and we just confirmed our headliner, the duo Ama live from German. They're a German duo. If you guys want to look them up, it's AME is how you spell it, but it's pronounced like Ama. They're gangster, dude. Like electronic music, all live production. So no DJing. They're gonna be like making the music live on the water. So we'll be part of that. We'll have Delicious. Will have a stage. So we got our lineup for that stage secure yesterday. Gonna have the girls come in and help us out.
You guys gonna do it on that kind of floating stage?
The whole restaurant. The whole restaurant. It takes over the entire restaurant. So it'll be like 5 different stages. Like I don't know how we're gonna set it up, but they've done it before. So this is my first year.
Because they have that sort of like floating island.
That's
stage
one stage,
and then like everything looks out over that from the restaurant. So
there's gonna be like another one there, and then another one inside.
You can put it inside the restaurant.
Yeah, and then I'm not sure. It's kind of so it should be fun.
I mean, that's about as much. If you had more than that, you're gonna have railroading constantly in the middle.
They've done it a couple times, so I think they pull it off pretty well. So yeah, that's the next big one coming up. Got a couple more in December, and then that's it, dude. I mean, what other than that, just gangbanging, 21-year-olds, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Really?
That's how you're gonna close
Really?
it.
That's how you're gonna close it?
That's
That was better than Chris's. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Just tired, man. Looking forward for like a little vacation. Gigging is hard, and especially like this year we're like helping out with a lot of events. So it's just been kind of going to like 3 or 4 events a night, and then stage managing, breaking down gear, dealing with talent. It's always kind of exhausting, even though it's fun at first. So I'm looking forward to chilling through the holidays, and then spring will be like our season once it starts to get warm again. Playing some really good shows for the summer, some cool ones.
Well, I'm happy to hear that with both of you. Chris, obviously the promotion's a very big thing after all the years there. I'm happy that you finally came out of the closet on the podcast today. We're going to definitely get some eyeballs because of that. And Ricardo, I'm happy. Did you mute me?
Why?
I thought I was muted. For some reason, you thought.
no, he muted himself.
He's so mute. What is it? Like, he's very mute sensitive.
I am, because you mute me before. You put me in fucking mic in TV timeout.
I mean, I would ask yourself, did I deserve to be muted?
I would ask myself, I didn't deserve to be muted. If I had that option, I would have muted you like 80 times.
All right, here you go. I'm muting you now.
Fuck you.
Go ahead.
No, but I'm happy actually, Ricardo, because I know for a while you were doing the DJing element, and now you're starting to pick up bigger gigs, and now it's starting to, you guys are definitely getting a lot more traction. So I'm happy to hear that. I don't like the fact that you gangbang 21-year-olds. You got to go Leo style. Got to go 19. You got to go a little bit younger. You got to play it safe that way. Because at 21,
no, I wish. No, I don't have the energy. No, I wish.
At 21, they're already on OnlyFans.
It's all work here.
I mean, at your
it's
age,
all work here.
At your age, gangbang's got to be tough.
All work.
So.
Yep. Yeah, no. It's all.
Do you pop the blue pill?
It's all work. No, I can't even get to that point. I'm asleep before I get to the pill. Yeah. It's like
I get back into a place.
yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah. God Almighty. But that's good though. I'm happy to hear both of you are doing well.
Cool, man.
Oh, Mike, how you doing? I'm doing great. Thanks
Mike,
for
no one
asking.
cares. You started off telling us how miserable you were at your new job. That's what started all this. Like,
I didn't say I was miserable.
I'm working all the time.
I didn't say I was miserable.
How is it better than? It's better than the old one, right?
Yeah. So what I was gonna say
And you work from home
is
today?
the stock market's doing really well. You know, I don't know about you guys, but have you guys been getting smoked in the stock market? Because last 2 weeks
It has not been doing well the last month.
The last couple of weeks, I've just been watching.
Yeah, it's been bad.
Yeah, it's gonna keep going down a little bit.
I'm not worried.
Well, it's because everybody's just selling off.
Yeah,
It's like difference. I mean, like selling off, not just sell off, but like at the same time too. It's like sell off and then like reinvesting in different sectors because they're saying like tech sell off and all this stuff. It's really just from like dying tech. It's not really from emerging tech. So it's mostly just like recapitalization, right? You take a profit, you recapitalize. If you put the money back into tech, it's just maybe it's AI instead of Netflix or whatever.
they're saying the AI bubble is like
somebody just sold like 570,000 shares or 5 million shares of Nvidia or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
I think it was Peter Thiel.
Yeah, Thiel. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. He sold that. He sold something else as well. And then Michael Shithead from The Big Short is shorting all the like Nvidia and Palantir, saying they're inflated. Which, look, I understand where his philosophy is coming from. I can get that, but it's a company long term. I think even though their stock price is really high right now, long term, both of those companies are so valuable. The world was on edge for Nvidia's fucking earnings call, like it was going to swing the market, and then it swung the market up, and then I don't know, everybody sold off when it started hitting highs on the midday. So
well, because it's so much speculative economics, dude. I mean, you look at that graph. And it shows all the investments, like the two-way streets between NVIDIA and all these companies that are sort of like, they're all kind of funding themselves. Sorry to cut you off, Chris.
No, it's cool. I was going to ask you guys about the $1 trillion drop in in cryptocurrency.
I mean, I'll tell you.
I'm not gonna speak on cryptocurrency because I feel a certain way about cryptocurrency. But Ricardo, please go.
I will, because I'm just a nobody out here. No vested interest in any of this stuff. Yeah. Shit. What was I saying before? Like,
talking about the drop in cryptocurrency.
We've lost like $1 trillion in value in cryptocurrency over the last month.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that is also is like I think what we're seeing is like a lot of recapitalization. So you look at Buffett, and he's sitting on tons of cash still, right? And you look at Thiel, and he's cashing out, and basically, like, I think what we're gonna see is a couple of different things, right? Okay, so there's a lot of uncertainty, right? And this is something that's new, and I think they're not communicating it well to the public, and it's sector uncertainty. Like, entire sectors might get just completely demolished by AI, right? And so I don't think people are talking about that out loud. And the other thing that we're not talking about, right, is that there's a lot of these things that are accelerating at the same time. So we're talking about AI and robotics, the way that it affects jobs, the way that it affects our day-to-day, but we have this enormous debt, right, that we've basically printed up over the past 200 years. And, there's never been this other store of value, right? In cryptocurrency. We've seen a lot of nations over the past 5 or 6 years during COVID move a lot of resources and align resources and positioning themselves away from the dollar. When China and Russia decided to start, getting a hold of 70% of the world's grain and started buying gold like madmen, then they started BRICS, and, all these things are posture things, obviously, but they're also indicators that there are other ways to sort of hedge against the dollar. And so with cryptocurrency, I think what we're going to see, what we have danger of seeing, is that the system of blockchain is not going anywhere, okay? And other nations around the world are tokenizing everything, including up to like water. Like in South Africa, they're tokenizing like public utility water. So like that's the new system of accounting. Whether I can say it now, so like whether you believe it or not, the blockchain is the new system of accounting. It is also an accounting system that is universal to every language and happens to also come with this operating system, right, called AI. Okay, so you have this AI system that can operate this universal accounting ledger, right? And that's what's coming down the road, guys. Okay, and so what the United States is trying to do, or is speculated on doing, and this is one of the scenarios that could happen, right, is creating, and they just passed, the Genius Act, and giving banks the ability to create sort of stable coins. And they would create their own cryptocurrency. And so what will happen is that, in the scenario where the United States decides to sort of take the stable coins, right, and move most of that debt onto those coins and then devaluate the dollar, right, crypto will also go down, right? All of it will go down. And only the new forms that are invented by the institutions will be even fungible, right? So basically it would be like, cool, you have like all this Bitcoin, too bad nobody takes Bitcoin. That's what's going to happen. No. And that's what Warren Buffett won't say when he says, I'll never own Bitcoin, is like, no, it's cool. And you could probably trade a lot of shit for it now. But if I never saw the movie Star Wars, I'm not giving you 10 grand for a Luke Skywalker in the package. Right, so it's like it's not this. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, and the other thing is, since so that's one scenario, right? The other scenario is it goes Wild West, right? And paper money's out, right? And we just continue to print digital money and don't even try to fuck with the debt, and then all cryptocurrencies will rise, 100%. But it'll be for a short period of time, and then it'll all pop.
Yeah, but cryptocurrency isn't Bitcoin owned by other countries? So that Are you saying Are you saying Bitcoin is not doesn't? There's no holdings by England, China.
No, not at all. I'm just saying that. No, I'm not saying that Bitcoin isn't. I'm just saying that it could be that England decides to, right? So like, say England has. So here, this is the best way to do it.
I think he's using Bitcoin as a reference, not that Bitcoin is the.
I'll pretend. Well, I'm going to make this up. So I'm England, and I have my currency, which resulted in this $10 trillion deficit over the past 500 years. And with credit and money from taxes, I bought all this Bitcoin 20 years ago that's now worth $10 trillion. Do you see what I'm saying? And so I'm going to tokenize and tie the Bitcoin and create a stable coin so that old $10 trillion debt disappears, because the new value that was fake, inflated value out of nowhere came in and ate the debt. And so we're going to do the same thing. We have this $31 trillion debt, and all these companies and people that are buying Bitcoin and all this stuff, they're buying it for like, $3,000, $4,000. It's going to be worth like $1 million a piece because it's limited. And all of that inflated value, they're going to try to use that to link it to that debt and say, hey, look, this thing that was really worth nothing is going to eat up the debt, and it's going to legitimize it. And that's where they're going to use that stable coin. So that's how they erase the debt, by using that store of value.
It sounds like a lot of manipulation, in my opinion.
That's what the whole stock market is.
Well, it's like pretend that like this vape, right? Like pretend this vape is worth nothing.
I think it's better to put my money into LEU, or I would put it into IBIT. And
is that your Trump impression?
It was bad. It was so bad.
It started off okay. LEU actually, you sounded like, but then it just sort of tapered off.
No, look, it's a little bit more sophisticated than that, because then you take into the market manipulation by other countries buying and selling the supply, etc. Then it's the inflation factor, because.
But that's assuming that we're talking about Bitcoin. I mean,
no, but that's the main currency.
Your own cryptocurrency.
But. But the problem is then if you create your own stable coins, the problem is then you're just getting back to the regular model of fiat currency, which is the pound versus the dollar. Then you're talking about the franc versus the dollar and the pound, and then you're looking at all the other currencies. So it's basically the same mindset. It's the same thought process. It's just a different form of a currency. It's just doing the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, like you're not going to go bad with Bitcoin. I mean, you might, but like, it's just so early, man. And like, I mean, if it'd be tough to pay $100,000 for a Bitcoin. But if you bought a Bitcoin for like $5 or $10,000, then like good for you. Like I think that's fantastic. Or if you got it real early.
I'm not putting $100,000 into Bitcoin.
So the problem with it is that it's like sooner or later it's going to become like a Rolex, because if they stop putting them out, right? You know, they stop making them and then they become more valuable. Then it's just a shiny, valuable object, right? Well, you can liquidate it. Right, but I don't need a $100 million estate, which I could sell for $100 million. It's the same as having a Bitcoin to get around. But there'll be other currencies that are going to facilitate the day-to-day transactions, and those currencies are definitely going to be government issued in coordination with the central banks and the central banking and the the clearing bank in the middle of Europe, right? So that there is a digital currency that clears across all borders, right? And so that's what eventually it'll get to, disguised maybe as a stable coin. But the Bitcoin is still just a really valuable collector's card that people happen to accept. It's popular enough that merchants take it. That's all.
What happened to Dogecoin?
It's dead, dude. I mean,
Doji?
It's not dead, but it just it's the same as other 800 million coins that were created that meant nothing and people invested in. Like,
what happened to
Ethereum?
What happened to Haktua's?
Haktua coin?
Yeah, coin.
The pump and dump coin?
Yeah, the pump and dump. I saw that. Yeah, I don't know. Cryptocurrency is not my area. I can't tell you. I think I definitely think there is a underlining motive to it. I think outside of the whole pump and dump scheme, I think there's definitely an underlying motive that's tied into the national debt of some magnitude. You have all these banks that are originally like, it's a waste, and then they're throwing billions of dollars, hundreds of billions into it. And it's like, well, I thought you said it was a waste. It's stupid. And now all of a sudden you have massive balance sheet assets through Bitcoin. So it's pretty comical in that regard.
It's like real easy. Like here it goes, right?
God,
like,
here we go, Larry.
Facilitate all of that, right? The banks buy all the shit, right? And then you say, all right, guys, we have this United States stable coin called the Trump coin, all right? And so
Eagle
coin. So on the Eagle coin, we're doing, if you take any other coin that you got and you cash it in for its dollar value and deposit that into Eagle coin, no income tax, no capital gains tax. And that's how they get the banks to do that. And then they take their billions of money that inflated over the speculation and convert it into real money tax-free. That's how they raise the debt.
I'm not going to go into it, but anyways, let me. We need a tax expert on this. You're supposed to declare.
I don't really care that much to
pay
talk to
taxes on it. So just going in and throwing and it's tax free. I don't think so.
Speaking of taxes,
here we go.
I fucking hate pumpkin spice
taxes
so much.
Taxes.
Oh, because you buy pumpkin spice lattes.
No, man, it's just it's like I love fall. I love this time of year, but I think pumpkin spice is the stupidest thing.
Everybody gets it.
Everybody
gets it.
I don't get that shit.
And there's like a pumpkin spice. There's a pumpkin spice like High Noon or White Claw. It was a pumpkin spice White Claw.
Fuck that.
I mean, that sounds so awful.
Dude, you know what I tried? I've been drinking like High Noons and White Claw.
Dick for the first time?
Not for the first time.
Hey, Ricardo, can you stop?
Yeah, just confirmed. That's right, guys. December 13th on Spin Rooftop. Delicious and Dance Classic present Dancelicious holiday party with Valeria from Girls All Around, guys. Catch me and the boys.
February?
No, that's December 13th.
Just to let you know, it was backwards, so I don't think anybody can read it.
Well, just to let you know, in the background, I'm working on our first official Delicious newsletter email blast with our 4 events for December, including New Year's, and both your email addresses are going to be on it. So you'll get all that information in your inbox pretty soon.
Okay. Hey, Chris, what's behind you? What does it say? Rock what?
Rock the red, baby.
Who was that?
The Capitals.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Did you change that recently? Wasn't it
like the
Steelers?
For a while. You just don't pay attention.
Because I don't fucking like you.
I know. I'm aware.
But you asked, Mike. You can't get upset if you ask, and he gives you the answer you didn't want to hear.
You know what?
That's what everyone wants to see.
Yeah.
It's the button.
Yeah, so
better?
I was going to say something. Though. Have you guys been paying attention to any lovely football?
Fuck yeah.
Go Skins.
Go Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers are doing good.
Go Giants.
How are you guys doing, Mike?
How you gonna let that one? You gonna let that one just hang in the air there?
Suck this year. What are you talking about?
Horrible. Our quarterback's hurt. Our running back's hurt. Our star wide receivers hurt. Our defensive
Your running back that got in a fight at WWF or whatever. Did you see that?
Get that shit right. WWE Raw. Or
whatever it was.
Our star pick looks like Donkey Kong shit right now. Carter. He looks absolutely horrific on the defensive. A rookie star. He wanted Lawrence Taylor's number, and Lawrence Taylor's like, no. And then he wanted Phil Simms' number, and Phil Simms was like, no.
No.
Like these guys are fucking ridiculous. Like he was supposed to be like something special this year. He looks like shit. We suck though.
Yeah, Cam Scatterby was garbage.
I will say this though. I did go to the Giants versus Eagles game. At MetLife, and I had field passes. First of all, I'm gonna say something. Barkley is like, dude. Generally, like you see the football players on TV, and then you actually see them in person, like when you're on the field, and it's like, oh my god, this guy would murder me if he fucking tackled me. Like, don't get me wrong, Chris, you're taller, and you're like, I almost said something that I was gonna have to say no homo on. So
sexy, awesome, jacked.
No, I was gonna say like you're about what, 240?
Bigger?
You're 240?
Oh, I don't weigh 240.
What are you, 250?
No, I weigh like 220.
Okay, so you're like 6'4", 220, right?
6'3". Yeah.
Okay, you're 6'3", 220. Dude, I was next to Barkley. His thighs were the size of my whole fucking body.
Yeah.
It was a great game. I was able to watch the Giants beat the Eagles before we lost basically every player on the team. But it was funny. After the game, I got to go into the family tent with all the players and their families and stuff. Jackson Darth's mom, she's pretty hot, but she's pretty hot. But
but he's like 12, so she's like your age.
But this is the whole thing, though, is when you're in the family tent, either you have passes because you're family members, or you know somebody on the staff, or you're an agent or something like that.
So you're a big deal. We got it. Yeah.
No. It was kind of crazy to think, because it hit my mind. I was in there and I was like, I don't give a fuck about half of these players, because most of them are like 21, 22. They're like 15, 16, 17 years younger than me. Half of them are running around like they're little kids, and I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, what am I, like, at a certain point, I was appreciative of the person that took me, but then I was like, what am I doing in here? Like,
could be their dad. You could have been their dad.
Trust me, my kid, when I probably have like 40 kids out there, but
40, huh?
40 kids.
I probably got some kids out there that I don't know about. 23andMe never got my DNA, so I don't know.
Not yet, anyways.
No,
I know some people in San Diego that have your DNA.
Your mom?
She doesn't live in San Diego.
Oh shit!
You're right over there. Rick,
yep.
Yeah, really. Rick, what's going on?
Microphone issues?
Yep, I'm good, chilling.
Yeah, what's going on? But yeah, that was the first football game I've been to in a while. I honestly, like, I'm not crazy about going to like sporting events anymore. Like, I went with you guys to the a couple of football games last year, and then we went to the hockey game, which I find fun, but definitely not in New York, though. I'm like to the point where I don't want to go to any of the games, especially with Mr. Mamdani now as our fucking mayor of New York City.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, the Big Ten championship game was fun.
I had blast. I don't remember half of it, but I had blast.
Yeah. Yeah, I will not be here this year for that. I gotta go to Texas for checking into my new squadron the same fucking weekend.
What about Indy 500?
Oh yeah, of course. We'll find a way to make that happen. Yeah, I just got a couple texts today from my buddy Reggie about when it is. So it might be another large group of individuals going out there this year.
That was a blast last year. That was a blast.
It was fun. It was fun.
I genuinely thought it was a lot funner. It was on TV. It looked fun, but in person, it was a blast.
You right over there, Darth
Yes,
Vader?
sir.
Yeah, really. What the fuck is going on? You're breathing so heavy over there.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Oh, by
I
the
was
way,
working on other stuff.
I gotta say this, dude. Chris, do you watch any like YouTube golf or anything like that? Do you watch any pages of YouTube golf? Ricardo probably doesn't. So I gotta say this. I watched. It was a good series. Barstool had something called an Internet Invitational, which is like all influencers and stuff, like the golf influencers
Is that the
on
thing
YouTube.
that Paige Renee is playing in?
Yeah, Spearneck. You're talking about?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last round, there was so much controversy. I kind of lost respect for some of the players in that event, like because I watch a lot of like YouTube golf, but dude, Paige, like the fake tears, and like I didn't know you couldn't do that. Like basically, one of the players hit the ball in the weeds, and you can clearly see her improving the lay of the ball. She's pushing down like uh, like um like leaves and stuff, so when the person hits it, the ball flies out better. And then they basically confront her, and she has crocodile tears. And it's just like, come on, bro. I like you, but this is like, what the fuck are you doing? But I
Is that
highly
the same
suggest
one
it.
that Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham and?
No, that was a different one. That was a different one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
But
like
it's the
it
same
though.
sort of thing. Is that a YouTube? Is that a YouTube golf thing?
This one was sponsored by Barstool. The winning team got like $1 million divided. But it was great. The content was great. You had some really good golfers. I when I was in San Diego living there, I wanted Ricardo to be one of those people because he's fucking hilarious. I think if we put him on a golf course while he's playing, people would literally tune in to it. He's not even paying attention.
I'm listening.
He's not.
Sorry,
he's not.
work text. Yeah, I mean, golf cart's okay. I would go golfing and just sit in the cart. That's what I told Doug, and just like smoke weed and get hammered. But
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but that's about it, pretty much.
Yeah, I saw that one with Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull.
The one
We're
with
caddying
Sophie.
for
The one where
we're caddying for Caitlin Clark. Yeah, and Sophie hit the ball into the crowd.
yeah, Caitlin Clark hit the ball like one of her first tee shots.
She hit the ball pretty good. Yeah, down the middle. Yeah.
Well, it was the second shot. The first shot, I think she hit a fan on the left hand side. Yeah.
I didn't see that. I didn't really watch much of it, but yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
They're jumping up and down on the tee box. It's like, okay, all right, what's happening?
Yeah, but all right, man, I gotta get out of here.
all right, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ricardo left like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
ago,
man. Sorry,
so-
work
Yeah.
emails.
So,
But anyways, good to talk to you guys. Good to see you
Definitely.
before the holidays.
mhm.
Stay black. Stay proud.
Whoa. What?
Stay vigilant. Stay woke. Stay all those things. It doesn't matter. We have one viewer. So.
Stay woke. Get the fuck out of here. I'm the furthest thing from woke.
Yeah, but so we do another episode. Probably not Thanksgiving. So we'll do the weekend after.
Yeah, we'll do another one weekend after.
Sounds good, guys. Have a good
All
one,
right.
man. Enjoy the holidays.
This is why I haven't fucking done this podcast. I fucking see Chris next. I'm ninja.